Commissioner Schallenberger.
Yeah, I just want to share with the Commission, before I became a State Coastal Commissioner, I had the pleasure of working for many, many years for the President Pro Tem of the State Senate on a bills to try and protect Native American sacred sites. I was pleased to see that in the front of the packet that we got from the City Project, they inserted the early California laws and policies related to California Indians done by the California Research Bureau. And this was done at the request of the President Pro Tem at the beginning of our research on trying to protect sacred sites for Native Americans. This is rather a grim research paper, and I urge all of you to read it because it does have the history, some of the history of how the government of California has treated our Native Americans. That's background to where we are today. One of the things I witnessed as part of working on a bill to protect Native American sacred sites is a huge disconnect and understanding between the Native American culture and what would I call it, the rest of the culture of California. And that disconnect came in, I even heard it here today. Somebody said, well, it's very similar to a church and a synagogue that should be protected. And yet what I learned and came to respect is that for the Native Americans, quite often, their sacred sites are different. They are absolutely tied to and integral to a specific place on the earth. Churches, synagogues, and I believe mosques can be moved. They can be moved and they can be re-blessed or whatever that particular religion calls for, and the worship can go on in a different building in a different place. With the Native Americans, that is often not the case. We have two sacred sites that have been designated by the Native American or listed by the Native American Heritage Commission in this area. The Coastal Act requires that we provide reasonable mitigation measures. And in this case, we have TCA asserting that they're reasonable. But this is the same bind that we have been in for generations and generations with our Native Americans. We cannot define for them what's reasonable to protect their sacred sites. For that alone, I find this inconsistent with the Coastal Act. But let me go forward and say that we don't have to find that this is consistent with the Coastal Act on all of the issues, or inconsistent with the Coastal Act on all of the issues that have been raised in order to vote no. Each commissioner only needs to find that it's inconsistent with the Coastal Act on one of the many issues that have been raised in order to vote no. There are many other issues, but again, I just wanted to remind everybody, it only takes one of these issues to be inconsistent with the Coastal Act to vote no. And absolutely, for me, just because the project proponent says that their project will adequately protect sacred sites, when the Native Americans whose sites they are say it will not, this project is inconsistent with the Coastal Act.
Thank you, Commissioner.